Hi guys, Scott and Dave here.
Market Monkeys.
Market Monkeys. This week we're just going to go back over some of the things we've done in the past here, just to let you know actually why we're doing this. Obviously it's coming towards going on the stock market, which we've gone through a few episodes so far, but in the beginning you can see that we were talking about obviously getting people, we're trying to move the needle for everybody to try and get from not poverty, but you know, the day-to-day grind of working every day and feeling like you're not getting anywhere, treading water. We're trying to see if we can move the needle for everybody, just that little bit. No matter what level you're at, whether you're 16 or 18 leaving school or 60 retiring, we're trying to move the needle a bit with some information that would help you, right? Like especially like it's helped me. You know, I've been frugal, but I've never gone without things. You know, I'm not advising that to anybody to go without life and not having a good time. You know, I'm not saying that, but you know, there are things you can cut back on. And this is about your lifestyle. You know, you don't need 3 coffees a day or 2 coffees. You can maybe just have 1 out today. You know, 2 packets of cigarettes, 1 packet of cigarettes will cut down, save a fortune. You're not going without, you're just trimming it, you know? And
well, there's different ways to go about it. Like, I mean, you're saying with cigarettes, I mean, some people are addicted, so maybe just go with the Rizzler and roll it up yourself. Maybe that's cheaper, you know? Any way you can go.
And any way you can trim the fat, as they say.
Keep it simple. I mean, I wouldn't. You still want some things, right? You don't want to say, "Well, I'm cutting meat out of my life because I gotta," you know, unless you really want to cut meat out and you're vegetarian. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's you don't want to go too far to the extreme unless you're really on that road and you really want to go real fast. I mean, I've been there. I've cut way out, didn't I? Remember when I used to get my paychecks in and I'd put the whole thing on the market?
Yeah.
And I'd live with you and I'd be like, "Well, that's it, I'm broke." And he's like, "You just got paid." I said, "No, the money's already on the market." So you better sell it because you got to go and pay for it. No, that'll be next month.
So he's doing that. I'm paying for the food, the household running bills. Thank God I haven't got a mortgage, as I've always told you in the past. But it is what it is, right? But you know, what we're trying to do is move the needle forward for you. We're already doing it. This is what we're talking to you about. We're living this day to day. And yes, this is our obsession. This is what we do every day. If we weren't talking to you for 10 minutes or whatever we have each episode, we'll be doing this every day.
Anyway,
we're talking about it anyway. It's not something we don't even have to rehearse.
In the in-between days, we're talking about it, aren't we? So
we're doing it all the time. You know, and it's a 7-day a week, 24/7.
Yeah.
And that's how you want your money to work, right? And that's all we're talking about and it doesn't consume us. We still enjoy everything. We still enjoy everything, like, you know, holidays, everything. It's just that this is our passion, you know?
It's fun. It's fun. Well,
it is.
I enjoy it.
I know. And you know what?
I enjoy
it. Not that you're laughing all day about this sort of fun, but you just, if you get into it and you start seeing, you make a little bit of progress and you are moving the needle and things are actually 100% coming to you. It's a fantastic feeling.
It is a good feeling to know that you're winning and you're growing your wealth and you're feeling better about yourself. You feel more confident. Yeah. Things start changing for you at work.
But that's a big thing. Getting positive,
thing, for sure.
Keeping yourself positive, because
it's hard, especially when everything's dropping. If you're in shares, stocks and companies like that. When things are going down, you just got to put it aside and just keep hammering on, knowing that it's going to go forward and in time.
Well, last year you just sometimes you got to bite the bullet and sit with some stocks, especially because like last year when there was a Brexit vote in Britain, I think I lost about $275,000.
Oh, dollars or pounds?
Dollars. Right. Overall, I just converted it, right? Okay. About 275, maybe 300,000. But it's no good panicking. It's just a number on the screen. They will recover once they have all these panics.
Recover.
Yeah. You
don't have to worry about it.
Whatever, it's not going to change your day.
And another thing is as well is that debt, right?
Yeah.
Debt is a big thing for a lot of people. So to keep it simple, you want to pay your debts off, right? Now there's 2 different types of debt, as I say. There's good and there's bad. So bad debt would be you've just gone out and say for instance, you got a credit card debt, you bought a load of clothes, shoes, whatever. Those are not assets, so you've got nothing to show for it at the end of the day. You can't take them back or sell them again. Maybe some things you can, maybe I don't know, like Louis Vuitton, and I'm not too sure about all those things, but
would lose money.
But they're not necessarily assets, right? No. If you went out and bought an asset being something that you buy and it holds value or appreciates, or it has the possibility of appreciating, that would be an asset. A car is a depreciating, they say, an asset, don't they?
Yeah.
But not necessarily, but it's a depreciating asset.
But you have to have one.
But you have to, everybody has to have one,
Yeah,
right?
I know
Everybody
that.
has to have one.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta, you know.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons to everything, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, there's good and there's bad. So the bad being, you spent a load of money, you got to pay interest on something that's worth less, and you can't get your money back.
Yeah.
Good being, you've bought something, an asset that's going to be able to appreciate. Being like, it's a company, wouldn't necessarily advise going and taking debt out to buy shares or anything like that. But I'm saying, for instance, in businesses, when you see a business like Apple, for instance, has got a lot of debt, like debt on a house, I would say that was a good debt because you have the possibility of appreciating in a house, right?
And you got to live somewhere.
And you got to live somewhere.
You know,
so the price of the house is at some point you're going to be appreciating over time, right?
You know, for myself, I always think housing's relevant though, to the area you live in, because say you know, some people, they got
the house you live in. That's what you've always said, right?
Yeah, the house you live in. To me, they say it appreciates and you make money. Well, I feel that's an illusion, because as they go up, if you sell it, well, you're either moving down to something smaller, which is not a bad thing, but if you've got a big house, if you haven't got a big house, you're not moving anywhere. But
yeah,
how are you making money on these? Sometimes the only people making money mostly, you know, if you're in building the houses, selling to the masses, you know.
That's right, because basically what you're saying is that if you're moving out of a 1,300 square foot house into another 1,300 square foot house somewhere else,
it's all parallel.
It's all parallel. You've gone up by 200,000, so have they. So you haven't really gained anything.
No.
But saying that, it's better to own a house or to buy a house with a mortgage than it is to actually rent.
Yeah.
Renting's great for right now, but your rents always are going to only increase.
Yeah.
Where your mortgage over time will always decrease. So by owning your own house, you're actually decreasing your payments over time, whereas everybody else or anybody else will be actually increasing their payments, right?
But different to what that about a house, Scott, is we both believe we can make more money on the markets than we can on a house.
For sure.
Agreed?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, any problem with that? Because
No. I mean, that's absolutely true. I mean, houses say, you know, markets go up and houses like crazy for 1 year. I know in Toronto they were going up, like saying what 30% 1 year.
Then they go down 30%. You know,
but 30% in the housing, that's a lot of money, right? And that's seen as a lot. Now, I'm not saying all companies, but there's companies out there that are going up more than 150% in a year. You know? Take Shopify, for instance. They've gone up from beginning of January, right? They've gone from, I think it was around $57 to 150 or 145, 150 what it is now. Yeah. So huge. Not quite tripling what you put on. Really.
And you have got to get the right companies, right? And we actually, I know we're going off topic again now. We're talking about lifestyle. We want to keep it so that we're just trying to move the needle, right? And if
what do you say? What do you mean when you say move the needle?
We want to move it so that into positivity, so that you move forward. Okay. Rather than sit static and just doing that day-to-day grinding job, you know. It's like jobs, you know, I've had some bum jobs myself, not very clever, but do you know what? I always point the finger at myself. I signed on for that job, you know, and then if I feel like moaning, I think to myself, I should moan to myself, or do something about it. Positively think, say, right, well, I'm getting something at the moment. I can do better. I'm worth more. Do something about it. And if you can't do anything, get another job to go with it. You know, and I'm a guy that's, at one point, I worked 7 days a week. You know, that's what it took.
Another thing I want to say as well is about budgeting, right? Budgeting's a great idea, but you can only go so far with it, right?
Like I've said in the past.
So I said in the past, you can budget, but you can only go so far with it. If you want to start building wealth, you've got to start creating it. So by dealing with, you've only got 50 grand, say for instance, you can only cut that back so far before you say, well, okay, that's great. Maybe I'm saving 6 grand a year. That's fantastic. But if you're not doing anything with that $6,000, it's a waste of time.
No point budgeting,
you're struggling
to leave it in the bank. So the bank uses your money.
Exactly.
The trick is, well, not a trick. The simple thing to do is spread it on the market on nice, steady income stocks.
Like CN,
some of the banks. You know, and some of the ones that we've previously talked about, you will
we'll be talking about more as well.
We will, and we will
be coming up.
Later on. We're going to start putting a portfolio together. That this is what we think. We're not professionals, but we think, and
Well,
and we make money.
What we've been doing and what's been working for us over the past 10 years or so.
Since we've been in this country, but I was making money before that.
Even in England, right? Yeah. So it's only when we come to here that things.
Yeah, and I'm still doing lots in England. And we've obviously done things in China, and we've done things all over the place. But all we're talking about here, and when we tell you these stocks that we're recommending, is that, like I said, we're not professionals, but we have made money on nearly every stock. We do lose money.
Yeah,
because nobody's I know, but nobody wins on everything. And anybody tells you they're winning on everything, I'd like to meet them, because that ain't me.
Yeah.
But if you spread,
over the majority, that's what you'll be looking to do. Right?
Yeah, you spread your risk, and over the majority, if you get good stocks, good solid stocks, it's the quality of stocks that you get that will, in the long run, this is not a quick fix or get rich quick scenario. It takes time.
But there are points within this that you'll have weeks or a month that things do go up rather quick.
Yeah.
But
you never know when.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect to. Don't be trying to. We're not looking to trade, are we?
No.
Not looking to try and jump in and jump out.
No.
Some people do that, and maybe it works for them. That's fantastic. It's never worked for me.
I have done it and done all right sometimes, but I don't do.
I'd rather not worry about it because.
I'm gonna go long, stay strong.
Yeah, and that's why go long, stay strong.
Especially if you're a novice.
We're the market monkeys.
Yeah, we are the market
monkeys. Monkeys. There you go.
Monkey boy, monkey 1 and 2. Listen, thanks for looking. If there's anything here has been any good to you, fantastic. Just subscribe and it's free of charge. Just talk to you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.